Welcome back. Today we're going to go over 5 exercises to help you bulletproof your balance. In other words, we want you to feel safe, stable, and supported when you're up and walking so that you're not worried about having that terrible thing, a fall. We want to avoid that at all costs. So remember, before you start any of these exercises, always consult with your physician to make sure exercising is good for you, which I'm sure your physician will say it's great. But that being said, let's jump right into these exercises. The first one we're going to do, you'll notice I got a stool here on the side of me. You can hang on to the back of a chair or something. And I want to talk a little bit about stability items. The first exercise we're going to do just with this little stool. Again, you can use a chair or something. But you're going to do a side step. I want you in a kind of a mini squat. And you're going to step to your side, step to your side. So hips are bent a little bit, knees are bent a little bit, side stepping. Why do we want to side step, you might ask? Well, if you're standing and you start to lose your balance, you need to be able to recover any direction. So of course we want to be able to side step well. Having that little bend in the knees and hips wakes up the quads and the glutes a little bit, wakes up the hamstrings a little bit to help them activate and strengthen while we work on this balance task. If you can, with that chair, hover your hand or take that hand off. If you feel fairly confident, take it off completely. There we go. If going from the chair to nothing is too much, I want you to try with a stick. Can be a great thing because why? When you put that stick down, or you can use a cane, when you put that stick down, it's not totally stable. You can't put all your weight on it without it being a little bit wobbly, but it still can provide a little bit of support to help you do your exercise. At best, we want you to not have to use any device at all or hang on at all. That means you're really challenging your balance if you don't have to hang on. That means you're improving. But safety first. Use a chair, use a stick or a cane or something, or if that's too difficult, a walker could be a great thing to use. A walker gives you increased stability. Place it in front of you. Side step, side step. You've got bilateral upper extremity support can help. But we want you to use the least restrictive device. So this is more of a last resort. Use, like I said, nothing if you can, stick if you can. The next one we're going to do from side stepping, now we're going to go back step. Back step. You'll notice I've got a little bend in my hips, a little bend in my knees, chest up. I'm not rounded back. I got good posture still. Back step, back step. Let go if you can. So you're stepping back. Right here. Stepping back. Why do we want to step back? Similar to the side step. If you start to lose your balance backwards, you need to be able to step back and catch yourself. Oh, step back. Quick on your feet, light on your feet. So when you're stepping back, I want you to work into a fairly quick motion if you can. It doesn't have to be, I don't want it to be too quick, but I want you to be able to step quickly. That way, if you're losing your balance, you can get after it right away. The next one, strength is important for balance, to be able to keep your legs under you when you do standing activities or walking. So what are we going to do? Strengthening with a squat. Right here, put a chair behind you, sit down, back up, chest up, lean forward, up and down, right there. By bringing that chest forward, nose forward, you're getting your center of mass or your weight over your base of support, which allows you to come up to a standing position with greater ease. Okay, so making it a little bit easier to get into that standing position. I want you to work up to sets, 2 or 3 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions. Don't get there right away though if that's too much. Ease your way into it. This is a marathon, not a sprint, so ease your way into it. The next thing we're going to do is a step over. I've got a cone here. I'll leave a cone, a link in the description, and you can buy a cone on Amazon if you want, Or if you just want to stick a water bottle or a cup there, that's fine. We're going to do side stepping, but this time we're going to work on not necessarily that quick recovery, but single leg stance while we go all the way over. And we're going to work on taking a large step over. You'll notice right here, if I try to come over, I'm going to be real close to that cone. So you want to be able to take a good step, single leg stance. Hang on if you need. This one, I want it to be a methodical movement, a little bit slower. So slow it down on this one. Why do I want it slow? Because we're working on single leg stance, so balancing on a single leg with a dynamic movement, meaning this one single leg stances, this leg is on the move. And vice versa. Single leg stance, this leg is on the move. Hang on to that chair if you need to. But again, that helps work on single leg stance with dynamic movement. Now what we're going to do is just a straight single leg stance. So I just want you to practice standing on one foot. Easy peasy, right? I want you to work your way up to, if you can, 20 to 30 seconds. Initially, you might lift and touch, lift and touch. You know, it's real challenging at first maybe, but work your way into it. If you can, try not to hang on this one. As soon as you touch, that increases your proprioception or the feedback that you're getting as far as your balance, and it makes the balance, sometimes it makes it too easy. If you have to, hang on, definitely, safety first. But otherwise, just single leg stance. Stand on one leg, work your way up to 20 to 30 seconds. As I do this, I'm not locking out my leg. I've got a slight bend in that knee. Locking out your leg can be uncomfortable. The bend in the knee gives you a little bit more ability to be dynamic, be quicker on your feet. When you're locked out, it's harder to do so. So little bend in the knee. Bring your arms across. If you have your arms out, that increases your ability to balance yourself. If you bring them in, it makes it more challenging. So remember, bulletproof your balance so that you avoid falls and you can maintain your independence. If this video has been helpful, please subscribe and we'll catch you next time.